So the character is Sam, he's 17, he's an apprentice chef.
The pan soars and the whole kitchen quakes with fear. Next order!
Where people eat food that's nameless and like the taste of human blood.
The monologue is either incredibly confronting and intense and abrasive, or it's very dreamy and peaceful, and I was really interested in that light and shade.
It's my blood. My insides you want, and you don't even know it.
When I first read the script, I had lots of imagery coming to me, and so it was talking about the kitchen, and it's very evocative, and I imagined sparks and fire and things like that, and I was like, how do I make that visually happen? And so after a bunch of workshopping, I came up with the idea of using projections behind the actor, capturing the subliminal feeling of that kitchen rather than the physical presence of the kitchen.
The worst thing you could do for this play, I think, would be to set it in a kitchen with a knife, and we've gone the opposite way, which I think is the most interesting way to treat the script.
My secret ingredient. Done! My hand circling above my head, stirring all the way up to the skylight in the kitchen ceiling.
I cast Tom because I saw him walking down the street, and I said, "Oh, Tom, how you going?" We were chatting, and I was like, "I think you'd be really good for this project I'm working on." Yeah, he read the script and he loved it.
Think, recipe, red stuff, heat, green stuff, spoon in, taste.
The way that Brooke writes is quite in your face with the graphic nature of the text. And I think that's what really got my interest initially. It seemed quite ballsy.
It's quite a schizophrenic script, which is really difficult for an actor to put themselves in one position, talking as themselves and then impersonating another person, then almost being an omniscient force in certain aspects.
As an actor, it doesn't make your job any easier, the way that Brooke writes, but it makes it a lot more exciting.
I try and use rhythm and image rather than dialogue.
It's not poetry, it's kind of more like a consciousness of prose.
You snatch the pan and the plates go flying. More, kid, more. Your lips apart, teeth jutted out, but I'm not scared.
Each part of the monologue, depending on the mood of the character, has its own specific look, which was part of attempting to solve the problem of keeping the monologue visually interesting and stimulating for the entire 7 to 10 minutes.
Snap! I'm heavy again, feet back on the ground.
And Steve would have ideas. He's like, actually, wait, this is what you're doing there is giving me an idea about what we should do with this next piece. And I'd go, wait a second, this is something that we've rehearsed before, but feels different now that we're in the space, and feels different now that we've got the camera closer for this moment or further away, so why don't we try it in that way? And then that would feed each next moment, or previous moments would inform that. That's
been the process all along, is to really be very instinctive, run with it. It has to feel right. But it also has to honour the feeling in the script. I hope the audience feels the same way I do when I'm taken into that world. And each part of the process, filming, sound design, music, editing, is all intrinsic in creating that feel.